Straight ahead on 12 News Weekend, the small Maple Grove area church that has grown into something big.
This congregation, when I came, was basically a little rural church out in the country. We are not that anymore.
Plus, classrooms bursting at the seams.
Last year we had between 80 85 students. This year is about 123.
What's behind an enrollment spike in some Robbinsdale area schools? But first, the most talked about issues in Golden Valley that are shaping an election. 12 News Weekend starts right now. Well, from plans for light rail to economic development, it's a pivotal time for Golden Valley's future, and 11 city council candidates are vying to shape it. There's 3 open seats on the Golden Valley City Council. Alexander Renslow has more on the issues shaping this fall's election.
As the future of light rail inches closer to the Northwest Corridor, Golden Valley has a say in charting its course.
I don't see it helping Golden Valley businesses in a current situation at all. It runs through one small corner. There may or may not be a station.
Anytime you do bring transit into an area, it does spur development. And I think that it's a good idea.
Much like the community, 11 city council candidates are divided about whether the Bottineau light rail line and its proposed route through eastern Golden Valley and Theodore Wirth Park will be favorable for residents and business development.
Why isn't light rail coming into downtown Golden Valley where it would thrive for businesses? It would spur the economic growth.
A light rail line, whether it be Bottineau or other, is just a piece of the puzzle that will help our businesses in Golden Valley have access to the employees that they need to be successful.
At a candidate forum sponsored by Golden Valley's business community, there was agreement that the city needs to bring in new business, especially along Highway 55.
Yeah, I see an area of Douglas and 55. You have a lot of potential in that area there.
That area near 55 and Douglas Drive is not currently part of the proposed Bottineau light rail route. Golden Valley will have a say in the long-term light rail discussion. But in the short term, Election Day will determine which 3 people help shape the city's future.
That was Alexander Renslow reporting. Well, you'll be able to hear more from each one of the Golden Valley City Council candidates. Starting Monday on 12 News, we begin airing the Golden Valley candidate profiles. Well, some schools in the Robbinsdale district are making changes thanks to a rebound in student enrollment. The district has experienced a stretch of enrollment declines. Now it's reporting its largest annual increase in more than a decade. Renee Bonneau explains where you'll find that growth and why.
You guys looking good.
Principal Leona Durden's enthusiasm,
Wow, thank you guys. Principal D is so happy.
is undeniable. Though it's her 2nd year at Northport Elementary, she's already seen positive change, and she says more and more families are sharing her excitement.
Many of the parents have said to me that they were excited about all the changes that are being made at Northport. They like the fact that we have a sense of community. It's like very family oriented.
In fact, Northport's kindergarten population proves it.
Last year we had between 80 85 students. This year is about 123.
Thanks to an enrollment bump, Durden added 2 new kindergarten classes and a 1st grade class.
10, 20, 30.
She also hired new teachers.
Northport isn't the only school to see a boost in enrollment. The entire Robbinsdale School District saw a 1.1% increase from last year. That's about 130 students, and it's the largest increase in the last decade.
Most of the new students entered kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, and many of them live in the district.
That really means one of 2 things, and we have to dig into it and find out. More families are moving into the community or into the school district with school-age children. And/or more families are choosing to enroll in Robbinsdale area schools.
It's too soon to tell whether this is a fluke or a trend, but district leaders say they'll try their best to keep this momentum going.
Good programming for our students certainly leads to word-of-mouth success and families wanting to enter our schools.
That's right, that is a triangle.
Durden says if you want an example, look no further than Northport.
We have an awesome group of teachers that care and that are committed, to students, and the kids are happy.
In Brooklyn Center, Renee Bonneau, 12 News.
District officials say the kindergarten growth is surprising considering a lower number of births back in 2008. Well, in our Week in Review, Boston Scientific has revealed new plans to cut jobs, but we don't know yet if facilities in Maple Grove and Plymouth will be affected. The medical device maker plans to eliminate up to 1,500 jobs globally. That's about 6% of its total workforce. Boston Scientific employs about 5,000 people in the Twin Cities and is Maple Grove's largest employer. The Maple Grove facility specializes in heart stents. The former Best Buy store in Brooklyn Center won't be vacant much longer. City officials say remodeling is underway to convert it into a Restaurant Depot store. Restaurant Depot offers food products and kitchen supplies and operates like a Costco store. The Brooklyn Center store would be a new retail prototype for the Twin Cities. And the Rockford Road Library in Crystal is open once again after a 6-week renovation. Library patrons will notice an updated, more user-friendly library with the service desk now in one central location. The project also involved significant changes to the children's area, making it an interactive, hands-on environment to encourage creative play. Well, drowning can happen in a flash, but the fast action of a little 9-year-old boy likely saved the life of his younger brother.
I was swimming in the pool and I saw my brother at the bottom of the pool.
Alex Haug dove into the deep end of a Plymouth pool last August and rescued his 5-year-old brother Nathan from the bottom. The boy's dad was able to do CPR and Nathan is fine today. Older brother Alex was recognized by the Hennepin County Sheriff with an award of merit. Alex's dad is still amazed by what Alex was able to do to save his younger brother.
I don't know how he was able to pull him from the bottom of the pool because I've swam with the kids and it's not easy hanging on to one of them without a life jacket on.
Also at the Sheriff's Awards ceremony, 21-year-old Jeff Reset picked up a merit award for saving the life of Nancy Breberg last January when she was trapped in her car overnight in a frozen lake in Plymouth. Well, coming up on 12 News Weekend, dangers lurking behind your medicine cabinet. We'll look at the growing problem of prescription drug abuse and a Maple Grove mom who's sharing her painful story. Then later in sports, Breck takes aim at a state title in girls tennis. But first, a weekend that's a bit on the chilly side, but all in all, not that bad.
Since 2010, Minnesota has added 300,000 organ donors, which is a 13% increase.
More Minnesotans than ever are checking the box on their driver's license to become organ donors. Nearly 63% of Minnesotans are now registered. 16-year-old Hallie Anderson of Brooklyn Center is among those who received a life-saving organ transplant. She got a liver 5 years ago thanks to a Lakeville family who lost their 17-year-old daughter, Kayla, in a car accident.
You don't ever think it's going to happen to you, and then it happens. A lot of people are waiting on the list, so I think it's really important that everyone knows that it could be you, it could be your best friend, it could be one of your parents.
There are currently more than 3,000 Minnesotans waiting for a life-saving transplant. Well, from something that could save a life to a growing problem that's taking lives. Prescription drug abuse is an increasing focus for addiction treatment. Reporter Eric Nelson has more on legal drugs that are taking a toll.
We are seeing far too many lives being lost and a lot of people being affected to this.
The numbers are staggering. In 2010, 38,000 people nationwide died from medicine abuse.
Medicine can have a different effect on everybody.
That's more than either car accidents or gunshot wounds.
People often wonder why is this become a problem, and it's because of the easy access.
Experts say easy access to medicine has fostered this crisis.
We have a lot of medications simply in our homes, and kids are opportunistic. They look for easy things to experiment with.
Twin Cities-based Partnership for Change is spotlighting the epidemic with a video.
Once he started high school, things got a little tougher. Andrew was looking for acceptance.
Medicine abuse is a problem Maple Grove's Becky Scheig knows all about.
He didn't intend to end his life, but that's what happened.
Her 19-year-old son Andrew died last March from heroin.
He could have done good things.
But had battled medicine abuse for years.
We felt like we were on top of things, and our son still had been abusing prescription drugs because they were so easy to get.
Scheig has struggled to cope with the loss of Andrew, but uses the tragedy to get out a crucial message.
It's out there, it's rampant in our communities, and people need, parents need to be aware of it.
As Eric Nelson reporting, well, there are medicine drop-off sites throughout Hennepin County to help you get rid of prescription drugs. We have a link to that information on our website, 12.tv. Well, from early farm roots to roots now deep in the community, we'll take you to a local church celebrating a significant milestone coming up. But first, Park Center's volleyball team is hoping for a long playoff run. That's coming up in sports with Jay Wilcox. Welcome back. Jay Wilcox joins us now with sports, and important time of year for all the athletic teams, specifically tennis, state tournament action going on.
Yeah, one of the first ones to wrap up the season for the fall. Winning a state Class A team title was the goal for Breck's girls tennis team this fall. The last Mustangs championship in Class A came in 1996. The Mustangs looking to end that drought, and they met Rochester Lords for the championship. Patty Zhao serving for Breck at #1 singles to Sophia Terzic. Zhao with an easy cross-court winner here for a point. Later, Zhao's now in the far court. She again puts one out of Terzic's reach here. Zhao wins 6-love and 6-3. At #1 doubles, it's Kendall Kazakowski and Grace Zumwinkle facing Jessica Alexander and Rachel Kamrath. Kazakowski gets the winner down the line here for Breck, and they win in straight sets. Second doubles, Eileen Baer will serve for Breck. She and Anna Zumwinkle meeting Ellen Gorman and Shannon Peterson of Lords. Baer with the point, and the Mustangs duo wins it in 3 sets. Back to singles, Sunny Tang in the near court for Breck against Lucy Hansen. Tang at the net slices one away from Hansen for a point. Tang wins 6-love, 6-love at second singles. At #3 singles, Evie McKenzie of Breck against Sydney Allison. A pretty good rally here before McKenzie will smash one that Allison is unable to return. Breck wins at 6-1. The Mustangs win the Class A tennis championship. And Zhao and Tang won the doubles title over teammates Grace Zumwinkle and Kendall Kazakowski. Park Center's volleyball team is in Class 2A, and the Pirates hope to make some noise in their section. The Pirates were 15-12 coming into the postseason, but they've played mostly Class 3A teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference. That tough schedule helped earn them a top seed in the North subsection of Section 5AA, and it also has the Pirates playoff ready.
Yeah, because teams like that, Osseo and Blaine, they're really good competition, so that helps us as a team kind of get ready for the sections when we play those not-so-good teams.
Losses are hard and it brings you down, but I think after, over the years, after loss, we learn a lot from it and we go into sections stronger because of it.
When you lose to some of the real good teams up there, it can be a little frustrating for the girls. So to be able to talk about that and let them know what it's like to play tough teams and how it can help us down the road. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Park Center swept Minneapolis Henry in their first playoff match. The Pirates meet Rush City on Tuesday. Park Center's football team was hoping to get a playoff win, but they ran into a good first-round opponent. It's Park Center at Fridley in Section 6 of 4A. Already up 14-0, Fridley's Darius Mulba takes the handoff and a big hole opens up. He scores easily. It's 14-0 Tigers in the second quarter. With less than a minute to play in the first half, quarterback Nick Rathke hits Cheney Powell for the touchdown for the Tigers. They take a 21-0 lead into halftime. After a long Adam Burge punt return, Amani Hooker will throw to Burge for an 11-yard TD. Park Center pulls within 21-7. Fridley, though, scores a couple more times before Hooker hits Kelvin Gorwar on the slant to pull Park Center within 34-14. But it's really Fridley's night. Mulba scores 4 times in all. Park Center falls 41-14. Fridley plays top seed De La Salle in the semis. Cooper facing Spring Lake Park in the Section 4 5A quarters. On Spring Lake Park's first drive, Grant Walter takes it in from a yard out. The Panthers go up early 7-0. It's 15-0 after 1. Second quarter now, the Panthers go to the air. Derek Solway hits Aaron Murphy for the score in the corner of the end zone. Spring Lake Park takes a 22-0 lead. With 9 seconds left in the first half, Cooper goes for it on 4th down, but Jordan Marshall can't quite hold on to the pass. Cooper trails 29-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, another 4th down opportunity for the Hawks, and it'll fall short from the 1-yard line. Levante Taylor is stopped by the Panthers defense. Spring Lake Park eliminates Cooper 29-0. So the season comes to a quick end after all that buildup in the playoffs like that.
Tough way to end the season, 29-0.
Yeah, tough outing for Park Center and Cooper there.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Jake.
You bet.
Well, still to come, a local church celebrating 150 years. Its zip code and surroundings may have changed, but its mission has not. We'll take you there coming up. A local church is celebrating a significant milestone this year. St. John's Lutheran Church on the Maple Grove-Corcoran border is celebrating 150 years. Photojournalist Neil Persley looks both forward and back.
It is a big deal because, I mean, this church has been here since the Civil War, actually in this location, teaching the same gospel for 150 years.
The year was 1863. The country is immersed in its bloodiest war ever. But in Minnesota, on what is now the border of Corcoran and Maple Grove, 13 German families formed the first official congregation of St. John's Lutheran Church.
Serving the community and serving the congregation here is a big deal from any perspective, I think.
Vivian Radens shares a long history with St. John's, beginning with her father.
He was pastor from 1928 till he retired in 1965.
At St. John's, roots run deep.
There's a lot of history here. We did a wedding display and discovered that some were 5 and 6 generations here that have married and gone through this congregation. I personally am a 5th generation. It's amazing what came together. We have a confirmation certificate dating back to 1869, an original.
A wall of the first brick and stone sanctuary built in 1927 still stands.
I've been here almost 30 years.
Senior Pastor Stephen Briel has been at St. John's 28 years, long enough to see plenty of changes.
This congregation, when I came, was basically a little rural church out in the country. We are not that anymore. We've actually had our zip code changed 3 times since we've been here. We were Osseo, rural Osseo, then we were Maple Grove, now we're Hamel.
Although St. John's is a church with history, its congregation is young and diverse.
For an old congregation, this is an interesting thing because this congregation is actually very young as far as our membership.
Throughout its history, the mission of St. John's remains unchanged.
And the mission of the church to preach the gospel.
On the border of Maple Grove and Corcoran, Neil Persley, 12 News.
Anniversary events for the church extend through next year. For a schedule of the events, contact the church. It's really amazing to see all of those old photos and just the history. I had no idea, 150 years, that's amazing.
I would not have expected that there was any that were quite that old right here in this area.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all the news for now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a nice weekend. We'll see you again Monday at 4 o'clock.